Welcome back to the channel Coin Star that turns your spare change into serious cash. If you've got a dime from 1967 hiding in your piggy bank or pocket change, you might be sitting on a fortune. Yes, we're talking about the 1967 Roosevelt dime, the one that says, "In God We Trust," and has no mint mark. You might be thinking, it's just a dime. But hold on, this little silver-colored coin could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Today, we're going deep into the history, the hidden value, the rare errors, and the current market price of the 1967 Roosevelt dime. Stick around to find out how much yours could be worth, because some of them have sold for over $21,000. Let's get into it. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a symbol of strength and unity. By 1965, due to the rising cost of silver, the U.S. Mint made a huge decision. They removed silver from dimes and quarters, switching to a clad composition made of copper and nickel. Fast forward to 1967, the U.S. was still recovering from coin shortages and changes in the monetary system. That year, to discourage hoarding and ease the coin crisis, the Mint did not include mint marks on any coins. That's right, no D for Denver, no S for San Francisco. All coins struck in 1967 have no mint mark, regardless of which mint they came from. So if your dime says 1967 and doesn't have a mint mark, it's normal. But the value is in the details. Let's explore that. The 1967 Roosevelt dime features, obverse, front the bust of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left, with the words, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date, 1967. Reverse, back a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, with the words, "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and "1 dime." No mint mark appears on either side, that's expected for this year. But here's the twist, certain mint errors, condition levels, and variations can skyrocket the value. Most 1967 Roosevelt dimes you'll find in circulation are only worth face value, 10 cents, if they're worn in common. But here's the exciting part, in uncirculated condition, these coins become far more valuable. If you find a brilliant uncirculated 1967 dime, especially graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, it could be worth $5 to $50. But that's not all. Some ultra-rare examples, like those with proof-like surfaces, deep cameo contrast, or mint errors, have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. And now the jaw-dropper, a 1967 Roosevelt dime in pristine condition, graded MS-68 with full bands, that means the horizontal bands on the torch are fully visible and sharply struck, has sold for over $21,000 at auction. That's right. Over $21,000 for a single dime. So what exactly should you be looking for? Here are some of the most valuable errors and varieties to check for on your 1967 Roosevelt dime. Off-center strike. If the design is not properly centered, value can jump to $50, $100, even $500 depending on how dramatic the error is. Double die, DDO/DDR, look for doubling on the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or the date. These are known as double die obverse, DDO, errors and can fetch serious premiums. Clipped planchet, a coin with a piece missing from the edge due to a minting error. These can sell for $100 or more. Full torch or full bands, FB, this is a big one. If the horizontal lines on the torch on the reverse are fully defined with no wear, this means it was struck with fresh dies and is extremely collectible. Prices jump drastically in these cases. Transitional errors, although rare, if a 1967 dime was struck on a silver planchet instead of the copper-nickel clad one, that would be a major find. These are extremely rare and can be worth thousands. Let's talk about today's market. The average circulated 1967 Roosevelt dime, still worth 10 cents, and yes, auction records prove it. A 1967 Roosevelt dime graded MS-68 FB by PCGS sold for $21,150 at heritage auctions. That's not a myth, that's real money. So next time you see a 1967 dime, don't spend it, inspect it. Want to know if your 1967 dime is worth a fortune? Check the condition. The shinier and cleaner, the better. Use a magnifier, look for doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual details, weigh the coin, should weigh around 2.27 grams. If it's heavier, it could be struck on a silver planchet. Jackpot. Get it graded. Use services like PCGS or NGC for professional evaluation and authentication. Compare to recent sales, search auction sites or coin marketplaces to see what similar coins are selling for. So there you have it, the 1967 Roosevelt dime, a simple coin with the potential to be worth thousands of dollars. From its silverless history to its no mint mark mystery, this little piece of change has become a hidden gem in the coin collecting world. Don't overlook your spare change. You might be carrying a $21,000 coin in your pocket right now. If you learned something new today, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more coin collecting secrets, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss our next video on rare coins worth millions. Drop a comment below if you have a 1967 Roosevelt dime and want to know more about its value. And remember, every coin has a story, and some are worth a fortune. That brings you the hidden gems from your pocket change. Today, we've got something truly exciting, a small coin with a huge story. We're diving deep into the world of the 2000p Roosevelt dime. Yes, that tiny silver-colored dime with the bold words, "In God We Trust," right on the front and the famous P mint mark. This little dime, which most people overlook, could actually be worth way more than just 10 cents. Some of these coins have sold for thousands of dollars, and today we're going to uncover exactly why, what to look for, and how you might have a mini fortune sitting right inside your coin jar or old wallet. So grab a drink, sit tight, and let's jump into the fascinating world of the 2000p Roosevelt dime. First, let's talk about the Roosevelt dime itself. This iconic coin was first minted in 1946, just after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The design was created to honor his legacy and lifelong support for the March of Dimes, an organization dedicated to fighting polio. The obverse, or the front, of the dime features Roosevelt's profile, with the words, "Liberty, in God We Trust," the year of minting, and of course, the mint mark. The reverse side displays a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. The 2000p Roosevelt dime was minted in Philadelphia, and over 1.7 billion of them were struck. But here's where it gets spicy, not all of them are created equal. You're probably wondering, how can a common dime from the year 2000 be worth so much money? Well, it's all about the details, and I mean microscopic details that can make a massive difference in the coin collecting world. Let's break it down. Located on the obverse side, to the right of the torch. The P stands for Philadelphia Mint. While most people don't think twice about it, errors, varieties, and rare striking issues related to this mint mark can make the coin extremely valuable. Some 2000p Roosevelt dimes have known die errors around the "In God We Trust" inscription. Look for doubling, also called a double die obverse, DDO. If the letters look thick, blurry, or have a shadow-like effect, you might be looking at a dime worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. There are 2000p Roosevelt dimes with off-center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned with the coin center. The more off-center it is, and if the date is still visible, the higher the value. Some have sold for over $250 to $500 depending on the severity. Serious collectors look for dimes with sharp details on the reverse, especially in the bands on the torch. A coin graded as full bands can fetch a premium in auctions. Combine that with mint errors and you've got a jackpot. Now, let's talk numbers. The current market for the 2000p Roosevelt dime is hotter than ever, especially for coins in mint state or those with errors. Here are some real examples. A 2000p dime with full torch detail, FB, and graded MS67 sold for over $400. A misaligned die error with sharp visible features, and "In God We Trust" doubling was auctioned at nearly $1,200. A perfectly struck off-center 2000p dime with 60% displacement and visible date recently fetched $650 at a collector's auction, the highest graded examples. With MS68 and above have reached prices of $2,200 and climbing. Even uncirculated examples with no visible flaws can be worth $5 to $50, depending on demand, eye appeal, and rarity. Here's a simple step-by-step guide to check if your dime is a winner. Get a magnifying glass or coin loupe. You'll need to see those small details, inspect the mint mark and inscriptions, look closely at the P mint mark, and the words, "In God We Trust." For any signs of doubling or odd impressions, check the reverse. Are the torch bands crisp and separate? If yes, you might have a full bands, FB, designation. Look for off-center strikes. Is the design off balance or shifted? That's a major sign of added value. Grade the coin. If it looks flawless and shiny with no scratches, it could be mint state, and worth sending for professional grading. So you found a promising 2000p Roosevelt dime. Now what? You can get it graded by companies like PCGS or NGC. This increases its legitimacy and value dramatically. Then, you can sell it at coin shows or collector conventions listed on platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, or Great Collections. Connect with online collector forums or Facebook groups focused on US coins. Even walk into a local coin shop. They'll know exactly what you've got, but remember, never rush to sell. Get a few appraisals and do your research. Knowledge is money in this game. That's right, this little coin you might have tossed into a piggy bank or parking meter could actually be a hidden goldmine. The 2000p Roosevelt dime proves that treasures can be hiding in plain sight. Whether it's because of rare errors, perfect strikes, or mysterious doubling, it's one of the most underrated coins in your change today. So the next time you're sorting through your coins, take a second look. You just might be holding a dime that's worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. If you found this video helpful or exciting, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on coin secrets that could make you rich. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a 2000p dime or any rare coin in your collection. I'd love to hear your stories. Have you ever held a tiny silver coin in your hand and wondered if it's actually worth a fortune? What if I told you that one little dime, specifically the 2004p Roosevelt dime, could be worth hundreds of dollars today? Yes, a coin that's just 10 cents in your pocket might be worth up to $366 or even more if you know what to look for. In this video, we're diving deep into the world of the 2004p Roosevelt dime, its history, hidden details, errors, collector demand, and why coin collectors are paying huge money for some of these rare dimes. So stick around until the end, because you might just discover you have a small fortune hiding in your change jar right now. Let's take a step back in time. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946, just after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. He wasn't just any president, he was the only U.S. president to serve 4 terms and led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. But why was he chosen to appear on the dime? The answer lies in his connection with the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio, a disease Roosevelt personally battled throughout his life. So, when he passed away in 1945, it was only fitting that the 10-cent coin, the dime, became a tribute to his legacy. Now fast forward to 2004. By this point, the Roosevelt dime had already become one of the most widely circulated coins in America. That year, the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of dimes with the P mint mark, and while most were just everyday coins meant for change, a small number were produced with remarkable errors, incredible details, or astonishing quality that now makes them extremely valuable. So what makes the 2004p Roosevelt dime special? Let's start with its design. On the obverse, or the front, of the coin, we see the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, facing left. Around his face are the words, "Liberty, in God We Trust," the year 2004, and the P mint mark showing it was struck in Philadelphia. It's a clean, simple design, but it's one that's become iconic. Flip it over, and the reverse side shows a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength. Above it are the words, "United States of America," and at the bottom, "1 dime." And of course, just above the denomination is the phrase, "E pluribus unum," Latin for, "out of many, one." But beyond the design, the real magic lies in the variations, the rare conditions, errors, and misstrikes that transform a common coin into a numismatic treasure. So how can a 10-cent coin be worth $366 or more? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. The key to unlocking the true value of a 2004p Roosevelt dime lies in 3 main factors. Number 1, mint errors. Some 2004p dimes were struck off-center, or with doubled dies, where the design appears twice due to a misalignment during the minting process. These errors are not just rare, They are highly sought after by collectors. Number 2, high-grade coins. Coins that are in perfect condition, graded as MS67, MS68, or higher, are incredibly rare. MS stands for mint state, and a high-grade Roosevelt dime with sharp details, no scratches, and perfect luster can easily command hundreds of dollars at auction. And number 3, eye appeal and collector demand. Some dimes simply look better. Their shine, color, or strike make them standout pieces. Combine that with an increasing number of collectors entering the hobby, and you've got rising prices in the market. In fact, in recent years, auctions have seen 2004 Roosevelt dimes sell for astonishing prices, with one example reaching a current market value of $366. And that's just the beginning. Some pristine coins with rare errors could fetch even higher prices in the future. Now the million-dollar question, or should I say the $366 question, is how do you know if you have a valuable 2004 dime? Here's what to look for. First, check the coin's mint mark. It should have a clear P on the obverse. If it's missing, smudged, or doubled, that could indicate a rare error. Next, inspect the condition. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Is the coin free of nicks and scratches? Does it have strong detail in Roosevelt's hair and the torch on the back? If yes, you might have a mint state coin on your hands. Also, look for doubling, especially in the words, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty." Doubling can appear like a shadow or ghost image next to the letters. These double die errors are rare and very valuable. Another thing to check is for any off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing or shifted to one side. This kind of mint error is a favorite among collectors. That if you think you have a rare or valuable dime, you'll want to get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can significantly boost your coin's market value and give you peace of mind when selling or trading. The coin collecting market has been heating up, especially in recent years. With more people turning to collectibles as investments, and the rise of online auction platforms, even common coins like the Roosevelt dime are getting more attention. In 2025, we've seen an increase in interest in Roosevelt dimes from the 2000s. Collectors are now looking for coins that were once overlooked. Why? Because they're modern enough to be in circulation but old enough to show unique minting variations. The 2004 dime fits perfectly into this category, and as more high-quality examples are graded and taken off the market, the value of the remaining coins will only go up. If you're a beginner in the coin collecting world, the Roosevelt dime series is a fantastic place to start. It's affordable, it's packed with history, and who knows, maybe your next coin roll hunt will uncover a 2004 dime worth hundreds of dollars. So, to wrap it all up, the 2004 Roosevelt dime may look small, but it holds big value in the world of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, it pays to check your change. Look for mint errors, pristine condition, doubling, and off-center strikes. And most importantly, don't overlook the coins you already have. What's just a dime to most people could be a jackpot to the right collector. And with current market values showing examples selling for up to $366, there's never been a better time to hunt for this tiny treasure. Keep your eyes open. Your next valuable find might be sitting right in your pocket. If you found this video helpful or interesting, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more coin collecting tips, hidden gems, and money-making finds. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin, or if you think you might have a rare 2004 Roosevelt dime. I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting, and good luck with your coin hunts. You never know when your next dime could be worth $1, or hundreds more. Where history meets fortune and tiny coins can turn into big money. If you've ever picked up a dime and thought, just 10 cents, nothing more, think again. Because in today's video, we're diving deep into the story of one small but mighty coin, the 2005 Roosevelt dime, a seemingly ordinary piece of change that has shocked collectors and stunned the market with a current value of $3,748. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $4,000 for a single dime. Stick around, because this is one video you do not want to miss. Let's rewind the clock a bit and talk about the Roosevelt dime itself. First minted in 1946, this 10-cent coin was created to honor one of the most iconic presidents in American history, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt was not only a leader during one of the most challenging times in American history, the Great Depression and World War II, but he was also a champion for the fight against polio. It's no coincidence that the dime, which prominently features Roosevelt's profile, was chosen as the coin to honor his legacy. He was instrumental in founding the March of Dimes, an organization that played a critical role in combating polio in America. And since his death in 1945, his image has graced the dime, a symbol of his enduring impact on American society and public health. Now let's zoom in on the real star of today's video, the 2005 Roosevelt dime. On the surface, this coin might look like any other modern dime. It features Roosevelt facing left, the word liberty on the left side, and the motto "In God We Trust" beneath his chin. The date, 2005, is neatly inscribed to the right, just under the sharp P mint mark, which stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the main facilities where U.S. coins are produced. So what makes this specific dime from 2005 so valuable? Why are collectors willing to pay thousands for a coin that was originally worth just 10 cents? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, minting errors, and condition. You see, the 2005 Roosevelt dime has several known varieties and error types that have sent collectors into a frenzy. Some of these coins were struck off-center, others show die clashes, and a few even exhibit missing clad layers, which means the shiny coating on the outside is absent, revealing the dull copper core underneath. But the rarest and most valuable versions of the 2005 dime. Those are the ones struck in near-perfect condition, known in the grading world as MS68 or higher, meaning mint state, and on a scale of 1 to 70, these coins are practically flawless. Combine that level of quality with a recognized mint error, and suddenly you're looking at a coin worth over $3,700. Let's talk about the market, because the value of the 2005 Roosevelt dime is skyrocketing in ways nobody could have predicted just a few years ago. In the past, this coin might have sold for a few bucks to a niche collector. But thanks to platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and NGC or PCGS certified auctions, prices have exploded. Right now, a 2005 Roosevelt dime in pristine, certified MS68 condition with either a minting error or high appeal has recently sold for a staggering $3,748. Yes, for a dime you might overlook in your pocket change. The demand is outpacing the supply, and collectors are scrambling to add these high-grade examples to their collections before prices go even higher. So now you're probably wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these valuable dimes? Great question. First, look for the P mint mark, just above the date. That tells you it was struck in Philadelphia. Next, examine the coin under a magnifying glass or a microscope. Look for any obvious minting errors. Is the design off-center? Is there doubling in the letters or numbers? Does the coin feel unusually thin or show copper on the surface? Then, consider the condition. A coin that's been circulated will show scratches, dings, or discoloration. But a coin in mint state, with no signs of wear and sharp, crisp details, could be worth a fortune if it meets the grading standards. Finally, if you think you've got something special, send it in for professional grading. Companies like PCGS or NGC can certify your coin and give it an official grade, which is essential for serious collectors and big-time auction sales. Let's take a look at some real-life examples of how valuable the 2005 Roosevelt dime has become. One pristine MS68 coin with a rare mint error was recently auctioned for $3,748 on a major coin collecting platform. Another example, with an unusual off-center strike and strong luster, fetched over $2,800 at auction. That's the kind of payday that makes checking your change feel like playing the lottery. And even circulated examples, if they have the right kind of minting errors, have been known to sell for hundreds of dollars. These are not myths. These are real sales, real collectors, and real money changing hands. Here's the takeaway: coins like the 2005 Roosevelt dime are proof that hidden treasures exist in everyday life. The next time you get change at a store or clean out your junk drawer, don't just toss those coins aside. Inspect them. Look for that P mint mark. Look for that flawless shine. Look for signs of rarity. Because you could be holding a piece of American history, and a payday worth thousands of dollars, and if you find one, don't rush to sell it. Get it authenticated, get it graded, and do your research. There's a hungry market out there waiting to get their hands on coins just like this. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future videos that could literally help you strike gold. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a rare Roosevelt dime or if you've started checking your change a little more closely after watching this video. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, your next fortune might just be in your pocket. Coins aren't just pocket change, they're hidden treasures. And today, we're diving deep into a coin that might be sitting unnoticed in your wallet, your coin jar, or even under the couch cushions. It's the one-dime 2016 D Roosevelt Liberty coin. Yes, you heard that right, and it could be worth thousands. You're about to find out why this small silver-colored coin, with a face value of just 10 cents, might actually be worth a jaw-dropping $9,876 or even more in the current collector's market. So buckle up because this is one coin you do not want to overlook. Let's start with the basics. The coin we're talking about today is the 2016 D Roosevelt dime. It's a United States 10-cent coin that features the portrait of one of America's most respected presidents, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. The D mint mark. That means it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most prolific coin-producing facilities in the world. But even among the millions of dimes struck in Denver in 2016, there are a few coins that stand out for their extreme rarity, perfect condition, and surprising value. On the obverse of this dime, you'll see the portrait of Roosevelt facing left. The words "Liberty and in God We Trust" are proudly stamped beside him, with the year 2016 and the D mint mark appearing below the neckline. It's a familiar image to every American, but what lies beneath this ordinary design is a story of numismatic history, high-grade rarity, and collector obsession. The Roosevelt dime has a legacy that dates back to 1946, the year following President Roosevelt's death. He was not only a great wartime leader but also a major figure in the fight against polio. In fact, the March of Dimes campaign to combat polio inspired the decision to place Roosevelt on the dime. The design was created by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. And ever since then, Roosevelt's profile has been a staple on the 10-cent coin for nearly 8 decades. Over the years, most Roosevelt dimes have been made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, including our 2016 D example. But what makes the 2016 D Roosevelt dime particularly special isn't just the design, it's what happened during its minting, how it's been preserved, and how rare some specific versions of it have become. Now let's get into the juicy part. What could possibly make a 10-cent coin worth $9,876? There are a few key factors. Number 1, rarity. While hundreds of millions of 2016 D dimes were struck, only a microscopic number have surfaced in flawless, mint state condition. We're talking about coins graded by top services like PCGS or NGC at MS68 or higher. The higher the grade, the sharper the strike, and the more pristine the coin appears, free from scratches, wear, or blemishes. And in the world of coin collecting, condition is king. Number 2, errors and varieties. Certain 2016 D Roosevelt dimes have minting errors that make them incredibly rare and valuable. We're talking double dies, off-center strikes, misaligned dies, die cracks, and even missing clad layers. These anomalies aren't supposed to happen, and when they do, collectors go crazy for them. There are reports of 2016 D dimes with extremely rare die varieties, coins that were struck with mismatched dies or with doubling in the word Liberty or Roosevelt's profile. When a unique or extremely scarce error like this is discovered, it skyrockets the value of the coin, sometimes reaching thousands of dollars. Number 3, market demand. Coin collecting is hot right now. With the rise of YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram coin hunting videos, more people are discovering the thrill of treasure hunting through their change. That means demand is up, way up. Rare dimes from modern years, especially high-grade examples or error coins, are fetching unprecedented prices at auction. So where does the $9,876 figure come from? In recent years, high-end examples of the 2016 D. Roosevelt dime have sold for between $3,000 and nearly $10,000, especially coins certified at MS-69 with unique error varieties, for example, one MS-69 full torch dime, meaning the reverse torch has fully defined bands, with a rare die clash error, sold for just under $10,000 at a private auction. Yes, a 10-cent coin, worth nearly $10,000. Another 2016 D dime with a double die obverse and virtually flawless condition was snatched up by an eager collector for over $8,000. And that's not even the most expensive modern dimes sold. Collectors have been paying top dollar for the rarest modern coins for years now. You might be wondering, could I have a valuable 2016 D Roosevelt dime? And the answer is, absolutely. Here's what to look for. First, check the mint mark. You need a D for Denver. Then check the coin's condition. Is it shiny, unworn, and nearly perfect? If yes, you might want to get it graded. Second, inspect for errors. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to look closely at the lettering, Roosevelt's face, the word liberty, and the motto, "In God We Trust." Look for any doubling, cracks, or odd textures. Third, weigh the coin. A standard 2016 dime should weigh about 2.27 grams. If yours is way under or over that, it could have a missing layer or be struck on the wrong planchet, both of which can mean big money. And finally, get it professionally graded. Submitting it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC could unlock its true value. Now you might be thinking, it's just a dime. Why would someone pay thousands for it? Because in the world of numismatics, it's all about rarity, condition, and historical significance. The thrill of finding treasure where others see nothing is what makes collecting so exciting. And coins like the 2016 D Roosevelt dime are perfect examples. They prove that even the most common-looking items can be priceless in the right circumstances. Imagine finding one of these in your change and turning it into thousands of dollars. It's not a dream, it's happening every day. Collectors are always on the hunt. So if you're a casual coin keeper, a serious collector, or just someone looking to make an incredible find, this coin is one to watch. So there you have it, the story of the 2016 D Roosevelt Liberty, In God We Trust, dime, a humble 10-cent piece that could be worth up to $9,876 or more. Next time you're going through your change, make sure you don't overlook the little things, because sometimes, those little things are worth a fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more hidden coin treasures, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Got a coin you think might be valuable? Drop it in the comments and let's explore it together. Who knows, your coin might be the next one we feature. Thanks for watching, and remember, your next big find could be just one dime away. See you in the next video, treasure hunters.